Your carry-on might not make it in 2025, and no one's warning you. You've trusted it for years. It's flown with you across cities, countries, and continents. But this year, your Goku carry-on could suddenly be rejected, without notice. All over airports, travelers are being stopped at boarding gates. Bags that used to pass without issue are now being flagged, gate-checked, or slapped with unexpected fees that cost more than the flight itself. So what's different? Not the planes, not the compartments, the rules. Quietly updated and strictly enforced by gate agents following new airline standards most travelers don't even know exist. Here's the hidden truth. More than half of carry-ons people are using today are now considered oversized under the new measurements. That means every time you walk up to board, your bag could be the next one to get measured, denied, or charged. This isn't random. It's a deliberate change, and it's catching travelers off guard everywhere. Miss this, and you risk more than a bag fee. You risk your time, your plans, and maybe even your flight. If you're flying in 2025 and haven't updated your travel setup, you're stepping into the airport unprepared. Subscribe now before your bag becomes the next one pulled off the line. The hidden carry-on rule change no one told you about. In 2025, airlines finally pulled off something they've been trying to do for decades. They agreed on a single, universal carry-on size, 22 by 14 by 9 inches. That's the number, handles and wheels included. No exceptions, no airline-specific loopholes. Sounds fair, right? Here's the catch. Most of the luggage people already own no longer qualifies. Roughly 6 out of 10 carry-ons on the market, yes, even the premium ones, are now technically oversized. That includes the baggage trusted for years, the one that's followed you through TSA lines, tight layovers, and endless boarding calls. Beautiful, sturdy, maybe even expensive, but under the new rules, it could be your biggest liability. Why? Because gate agents aren't guessing anymore. They're using upgraded metal sizers, precise, rigid, and completely unforgiving. Even half an inch over the limit means your bag doesn't fit, doesn't fly, and suddenly becomes checked luggage. Add a surprise fee, sometimes more than your seat, and the weight you didn't sign up for. That sleek front pocket you love for chargers and snacks? It might be the reason your bag gets flagged. The only real solution? Measure it. Not by eye, not by brand label. Use a digital tape, measure it packed, and measure it on a solid surface. Because if it doesn't pass the box test at home, it won't pass at the gate. But size isn't the only trap in 2025. Weight limits, once treated as suggestions, are now being quietly enforced across multiple airlines. Most have capped carry-ons between 17 and 22 pounds, 8 to 10 kilograms. And it's not just counter agents anymore. Some self-check kiosks have built-in scales. You drop your bag, and in seconds, the system decides your fate. The harsh part? You could be stopped before you even reach security. If your bag tips past the limit, gate agents are flagging it instantly, and you're not pleading your case. You're paying the fee $100 to $150 on the spot. But smart travelers have found loopholes. If you're carrying camera gear, microphones, or laptops, ask about media exemptions. Many airlines quietly allow extra items or weight if your gear is professional grade. Second, wear your weight. Heavy jacket? Put it on. Chunky boots? Lace them up. You can always remove layers after boarding, but you can't argue with a digital scale. And finally, redistribute. Move chargers, batteries, and small tech into your personal item. A few ounces can mean the difference between walking on board or opening your wallet. Because once that kiosk screen flashes red, there's no second chance. So before your next flight, check your bag, check its weight, and build a system that won't fail under new rules. Or don't, and find yourself at the counter watching someone who did subscribe glide past with a compliant bag and a calm smile. Think your carry-on is the issue? Think again. In 2025, airlines aren't targeting carry-ons anymore. The real crackdown is on personal items. That one small bag everyone used to ignore, it's now under the microscope. New limit? 18 by 14 by 8 inches. Smaller than most laptop bags. Way smaller than that harmless tote you've been sliding under the seat for years. And here's the twist. They're actually enforcing it. Gate agents are scanning the crowd. Backpacks with too much bulk, totes that stretch a little too wide, duffels that clearly won't fit under a seat, even if they somehow did last time. And yes, people are being stopped. That oversized tote you love, it could be gate checked before you even board. And if your carry-on's already full, guess where your overflow goes? Checked, with a fee. But smart travelers have found loopholes. If you're carrying camera gear, microphones, or laptops, ask about media exemptions. Many airlines quietly allow extra items or weight if your gear is professional grade. Minimalist packing isn't just style anymore, it's strategy. Laptop, charger, passport, snacks. That's it. No just-in-case extras, no backup books, no bulky cosmetic kit stuffed with half your bathrobe. If it won't serve you in the first 3 hours of your flight, it doesn't belong in your personal item. Picture it. 2 travelers at the gate. One glides through with a sleek, compliant bag. The other, pulled aside, annoyed, and paying $80 to gate check what used to be free. Which one do you want to be? This isn't about loopholes anymore. It's about learning the new limits and flying smart inside them. Liquid restrictions, the rule that won't die yet. You'd think by now, airport liquid rules would be simple. They're not. The 311 rule, 3.4-ounce bottles and a single quart bag, is technically being phased out, but only in some airports and at different speeds. Some US terminals now use upgraded scanners that allow full-size liquids. Others are still stuck in the old system, meaning 2 passengers in the same airport could go through completely different screening experiences. Internationally, it's chaos. London, Amsterdam, Doha, each with its own timeline, its own interpretation. You're not just navigating airports, you're navigating outdated rules layered over half-updated systems. And the silent trap? Assuming leniency in one airport means leniency everywhere. So here's the move. Always pack liquids in a removable pouch, not just for compliance, but for control. If you're flagged, you can hand it over fast without exposing your entire bag. Keep big items, lotions, shaving cream, in an external zipper pocket. Easier to access, faster to repack. And don't forget the layover trap. Your departure and destination might be lax, but that middle stop in Europe could still be enforcing old rules to the letter. Check every airport's current policy before you pack. This isn't about sneaking in full-size shampoo. It's about avoiding unnecessary slowdowns in a system that hasn't fully caught up with itself. And while liquid rules are fading, a single misplaced lithium battery can still get your bag pulled mid-flight. Sometimes it's not the obvious rule that grounds you. It's the one you didn't see coming.
Electronics and battery power, the silent crackdown. Airports have always cared about what's inside your bag, but in 2025, they care even more about whether your devices can prove they're alive. At more tech points across the US and abroad, travelers are being asked to power on their electronics, laptops, tablets, cameras. A dead device isn't just useless anymore, it's suspicious, and if it won't boot up on request, it might not make the flight at all. Then come power banks, the silent rule breakers of modern travel. They're everywhere, lounges, gate floors, terminal benches, but most passengers still don't realize there's a hard limit. Under 100 watt-hours, you're safe. Between 100 and 160, you need airline approval. Anything above 160, doesn't matter how fancy or fast it is, it's staying behind. And these aren't hidden rules buried in fine print anymore. They're being actively enforced. Carry-ons are being flagged for missing or unreadable watt-hour labels. If your power bank doesn't clearly show its capacity or the label's worn off, it can be confiscated on the spot. The smarter move? Keep your power bank in your personal item, never your checked bag. Keep all cords together and within reach. If your phone dies mid-layover and you start unpacking your suitcase at the gate, you're not just slowing down, you're drawing eyes. And in today's travel climate, attention equals delay. It's ironic. We live in an age of constant connection, yet one dead battery can now ground your entire carry-on. And that Kindle you forgot to charge? It won't save you if it can't light up when asked. But the next wave of screening is even more invasive because the next check won't be in your bag. It'll be in your face before you even reach the gate. The smart luggage trap. They thought they were ahead of the curve, buying smart luggage with GPS tracking, USB charging, built-in locks, and sleek app controls. But in 2025, that same suitcase has become a liability. One traveler out of Denver learned it the hard way. At check-in, everything seemed fine until the agent spotted a small logo showing a non-removable lithium battery sealed inside the base. No latch, no access, just smart by design. The verdict? You're not boarding. He missed his flight, not because he packed wrong, but because his bag was too intelligent for its own good. Here's the rule most travelers learn too late. If your bag has a built-in battery, it must be removable. That's not a suggestion, it's federal. Airlines and the FAA treat it as a hard stop. Why? Because lithium batteries can ignite in cargo holds, and even in carry-ons, gate agents are now trained to check. Some carry quick ID cards for banned models. If your battery can't come out instantly, your bag doesn't fly, and neither do you. Even smart features like USB ports or Bluetooth trackers come with a catch. They must be fully powered off or removable during flight. A single glowing LED under a scanner can trigger a manual search, or worse, denial of boarding. The smart move? Buy luggage that's smart for you, not about itself. Look for TSA-compliant designs, detachable batteries, and external sleeves you can remove in seconds. If you can't pull it faster than TSA can say random inspection, it's not smart, it's risky. Overhead bin wars. Once you clear security, a new kind of battle begins, and it has nothing to do with safety. It's about space. In 2025, overhead bins have quietly become the new first-class privilege. Airlines are stratifying access. The earlier your boarding group, the better your odds of finding bin space above your seat. Flying economy or basic fare? You might walk all the way to row 25 only to backtrack to row 8 to stash your bag, if there's space left at all. And when bins fill up, the game changes. Air flight attendants start tagging carry-ons for gate check. That means being separated from your laptop, medication, or anything else you didn't plan to hand over. The real fix? Treat overhead bins as bonus space, not guaranteed space. Your personal item under the seat? That's your real insurance. If your boarding group is 5 or higher, assume the bins will be full before you even step on board. Check in early. Pay for early boarding if you can. Or use the elite traveler trick. Hover near the gate and line up before your group is called. That 60-second head start could be the difference between keeping your bag or surrendering it to baggage roulette. The irony? Overhead bins have become the new Black Friday aisle. Except now, the shelves are 30,000 feet in the air. The new travel mindset. You've made it through the maze. Now let's lock in what really matters. Smaller bags, lighter loads, liquids still causing delays, devices that must wake up on command, batteries that have to come out clean, and bins that turn into battlegrounds by the minute. Rules shift between airports like time zones. No warnings, no mercy. So this isn't just about packing smarter, it's about thinking smarter. Walking into any terminal, calm, fluent, and 10 steps ahead. It's the difference between fumbling at security or gliding through it, between getting gate checked or keeping control, between being blindsided or quietly outsmarting the system. You're not just packing clothes, you're packing awareness, strategy, peace of mind in fabric form. And if you've made it this far and still haven't subscribed, you must really enjoy chaos. Totally valid. But do us a favor, drop a comment below. Tell us which rule caught you off guard this year. What changed mid-trip without warning? Because someone out there needs that insight more than you know. That's how this channel works. One sharp traveler passing the torch to the next. Travel keeps evolving, but you're about to evolve faster.